presentation, which is a horrible way to say it. So this mostly, celebrating Pokemon 25, which is the 25th anniversary of when Pokemon Red and Green came out in Japan. So obviously Pokemon, massive franchise. In fact, the biggest from a dollar perspective franchise in the world ever. So bigger than Mickey Mouse, bigger than any sort of other thing you can throw at me. Which to me, I'm kind of still shocked to know that Pokemon is the biggest. And then, yeah, obviously in the last few years when they added Pokemon Go, it sort of just went even harder. So there's a lot of stuff announced. Well, not that much, but, the big two things for us, I think, were Pokemon Legends. How do you say it? It's Arceus? Is that how you...
Arceus?
Who knows?
Arceus?
Who knows?
Arceus?
No, I think it's Arceus. I think it's Arceus. I thought it was pronounced Arceus, but I think they pronounce it Arceus.
Arceus?
And Pokemon Brilliant
Are
Diamond.
you serious?
Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which were the much rumored and wanted remakes of Diamond and Pearl, which came out in 2006 on the Nintendo DS. So maybe we'll just start there because I think that'll be a bit quicker. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't go with the Let's Go style. This is more of a chibi style, 3D. And I don't know, honestly, it looks like a PS2 game or PS3 game to me. How did this hit you, Swinny? You're probably more of a Pokemon fan than Mike is. Playing one game.
It's a very interesting bar because I've not played a mainline Pokemon game since Pokemon Red.
Hang on, that's the same as me, to be fair. So
I can't believe I'm the Pokemon expert.
I think you're the Pokemon expert out of all of us.
I actually played a lot of Let's Go Eevee because my wife has that.
So look, I think this is I haven't gone to check Pokemon Reddit or Pokemon Twitter to see what their take is on this, but I think while the Let's Go games was it 2 games or was it a single game?
No, it's like Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah, okay.
Of course it is.
Yeah. No, I just wasn't sure. I think that they deviated a bit, so I think that in terms of the gameplay, so I think people are probably happy that these are a bit more faithful.
These are a completely faithful remake. So it sounds as if they're not changing almost anything if they don't have to. Whereas, as you're saying, Let's Go, the biggest thing is the battle system are completely different. It's essentially, you run into a wild Pokemon, you just throw your Pokeball at it and try to catch it. That's it. Yeah. So it's very different.
Yeah, so I think for people that are wanting to replay these games, it's honestly probably the best way they could have done it. Other than make him look a bit nicer.
And just on that, did you think it looked nice?
Look, it just looked like Pokemon to me. Honestly, I didn't I was more focused on. I'm more interested in new Pokemon Snap because I love the original Pokemon Snap. If I'm going to play any Pokemon game, it's probably going to be that one. But,
that was the one thing that stood out. So, as someone who wasn't huge into Pokemon, other than the very originals, when I watched that last 25 years of Pokemon, when they had the original Snap, what was that called? The one on
Pokemon Snap.
The original Pokemon Snap. Yeah, to me that was actually one of the coolest innovations. When you print it out and you put the stickers on the sheet, I'm like, wow, that was so cool. It was such an original, cool concept, and it was very tactile, and it kind of merged real world with the virtual world. I love that.
But even as a game, if you didn't muck around with that, it was just a fun game. Short, but fun.
Clever. Yeah. So it sounds like you're more likely to get new Pokemon Snap over anything else.
Well, yeah.
Not that you're going to get that.
Honestly, I'll probably be playing something else, but...
Let me guess, an RPG.
Pokemon's an RPG.
Yeah, I know,
yeah, it is.
But it's not on Xbox, so...
I think we're going to have diverse views on this, I'm guessing. But let's get into the Pokemon Legends game. So this is coming out in early 2022, opened up. This has kind of been rumored, and there's been some rumors out there. It, to me, looked like an open world game set in the early Pokemon Legends or like history, so much before the current, I guess, times of Pokemon. I'm gonna get hate mail for this. It's a Sinnoh region.
I'm not sure, but they say that you're creating the first Pokedex in that region, so it's definitely...
Yeah, I saw that. So, okay, I already, we have a bit of an offline rule of not talking about stuff to get the live reactions, but I actually thought this looked really cool. And I was like, damn, this is the like first Pokemon game I've seen where I'm like, I might actually play this game.
The idea and a lot of it, I love the fact that this game exists, but...
Yeah.
Oh, man, it looked like dog shit. Like
Really?
It looked like
I
trash.
thought
It looked like
what they
trash. It looked like
showed.
absolute trash.
I
What they
thought it
showed.
looked good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It
bring up
looks
the
like
trailer
it
right
looks
now.
like a late
Bring it up.
PS2 game.
Sure.
Metal Gear Solid 3 looks better than this game.
They still look
it
good,
looked like
though.
they flipped a bunch of assets and
Now-
not just that, the frame rate, and it wasn't just. I did read a few comments about this as well, because I thought, is it just me? Is it my monitor or something? Frame rate was shocking.
I'm sorry, if that's the best you can show frame rate wise and performance wise of your game at this point, then
It
don't
worries me.
show it. Like, I'm sorry, like.
Well, what do you wanted them to do? Do a fake trailer like Cyberpunk style and bait and switch
No.
people? I mean,
No,
no
so
one will
I'm
ever
kind
say
of glad they
that
did
the game
this.
didn't run
Yeah,
well.
yeah, and then if they improve it, holy moly, everyone's
And
going to love the fact that it
will
improved.
get improved. I'm not saying it's not going to, but man, like, look, I know Sword and Shield had a lot of critics around this as well, but Sword and Shield looks so much better than this bloody game.
No,
Yeah, way
it
better.
didn't.
I reckon it did, absolutely did. And the fact that it's being compared to Zelda, Breath of the Wild, is such a disservice to Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild looks way better if you look at the actual details. I really hope that they fix that stuff up, because I think it's going to be a bit of a if it's going to come out the way it's looking like it's going to be now, I don't think it's going to be a success.
It'll be a success. Every Pokemon.
Well, no, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I
Let's
don't
go back
think it
to your
will.
dumb takes. That's gone back to S tier. I think this new Pokemon game, which is an open world game, is not going to be a success.
No.
Give me
If
a
it's in
line,
the
Mike,
state,
give me a line,
Okay,
million
wait, no, hang
sales.
on. I got to make sure it doesn't get taken
And
out
I
of
almost
context.
guarantee I'll go over.
If it's going to play and look the way it currently looked in that trailer,
Even then,
I think it's going to struggle to be successful.
Nah.
But hang on. In saying all of that, I think what will make it potentially successful is that it's a different direction. They're actually trying something different. I think I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, obviously. I know a lot of Pokemon fans are quite diehard and they love that formula that happens in every single game, and I kind of roll my eye and go, don't you guys want something different? But then, I look at a game like Dark Souls and I'm like, nah, don't change it. Keep the formula. Just give me a new Dark Souls game. So I'm no different. I'm absolutely no different.
Okay.
But I think it's awesome that they're going in a different direction, but they need to improve the graphics, I think, and
It's a trailer. It's early days, man.
Well, I know that. But all I'm saying is if it's in the current state that it was presented to us, and that's what the final product's going to look like, people are going to be pissed.
No, well, people were pissed about Sword and Shield and sold like 12 million copies.
Yeah, but that didn't run that bad. That looked all right.
Yeah, it did.
It ran all right.
No, that's not true, dude. It had like its frame drops in the open world and everything.
But to this extent?
Yeah, it's just pretty much the same.
Huh. Okay.
Look, the one that this had...
Well, people don't care about that then.
This is like... This had actual animation missing. Like there are some bits where you can see the character animation. They haven't done it yet, so it's just like it just stops or drops in between frames.
Well, I've seen that some games do that. It's a draw distance thing. So one thing that I noticed about this particular game as well is the draw distance is probably what's super shocking. As in the trees that aren't even that far away from your character look ridiculously pixelated. No anti-aliasing, super pixelated, really low resolution.
There's no anti-aliasing in the Switch.
And
That's
I know that. I know
Switch,
it's part of the problem as well. But even so, they just look really low resolution. And one thing that I noticed, and some games do that, and I think games like Dark Souls on the Switch might even do this. I know games like I think The Witcher 3 might do this as well. If characters are a certain point beyond your character in the distance, it drops the frame rate drastically. They basically run like half the frames to be able to for the console to handle that. It looked like it was doing something like that, but way too close to the player, like ridiculously close to the player. Now I'm sure that's the stuff they'll tweak, but I hope that's not going to remain in the final game, because that was shockingly bad. I don't think I've ever seen any game where it does that at such a short distance.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just like say you guys are being ridiculous saying it's like PS2 graphics.
No,
like,
to me it looks PS2.
Yeah,
to me it looks like late PS2. Absolutely does. Look at the grass. Look at the detail of the trees and everything. It's
I'm googling PS2 games because I'm like, am I wrong about this?
I sent you. Well, did you look at the pics I sent you yesterday?
I will give you that. You could probably mount an argument that it is in between a PS2 and a PS3 game. I'll give you that.
That's why I said late PS2.
No, not even late PS2.
Yeah, late
I've been
PS2.
looking at
No,
late
I'm
PS2
late
games.
PS2.
No way, man.
Absolutely late PS2.
You guys are getting ridiculous now. Like that.
No,
late
you're going
PS2.
too far.
I'm
sticking.
I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it.
Sticking to my guns.
I
late PS2.
like the graphics. I think it looks cool. Maybe I'm nuts. Like I think it looks.
No,
it's
late
a Switch
PS2.
game. It's not running at 60 frames per
Look
second.
at the foliage, man.
If
Look
this
at
was
the
not a
grass.
Pokemon
Look at
game,
the
if this
the
was not a
foliage.
Pokemon game,
Foliage.
people would just be like, "This is one of the worst looking games we've ever
Yes.
seen." For the Switch,
are-
for the Switch,
Absolutely
for the Switch.
is. Those
You
are my
guys are
thoughts as well.
crazy.
It is
For
one
the
of the
Switch.
the worst looking games for the Switch. Absolutely.
I don't know.
It looks like it's exactly the thoughts I had. If this was not a Pokemon game, it's some brand new IP or something, people would be laughing about it.
Okay, well, we just have a different view on it. I think it looks cool. I like it. I like the way it looks and shaping up.
that's
so.
fine.
I don't want to take away from the fact that I love that this game exists, and I love
Same,
that
yeah.
it's there.
I just hope they improve it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating. I think this game is like very divisive. I think like already,
Clearly.
you know, people are like, I've heard other people because I listen to a lot of different people. I've got my own views. When I watched it, I thought, wow, this looks really cool. Like it's a trailer. It's obviously gonna improve and everything like that. Like just like what they did with Sword and Shield, but. It's fascinating to see, people are really skewing on this. Some are like, this is trash. This is like a PS1 game. Or other people are like, wow, it looks beautiful. They must be running it on like the Switch Pro. So it's like, it's fascinating to me how people are landing on this game so differently. Look, it has to be a bit towards something to do with Pokemon in terms of, it's throwing people off one way or the other. I think it looks cool. I'm interested in it. Yeah, I would want to see it closer. And I will say one thing about Pokemon games that I will not buy this until I get reviews on it and hear different people's opinion on this game before I buy it.
And I know it's also going to look way better if you're playing it on handheld in motion and stuff like that. So I don't want to discredit that. I know
potentially
on the Switch it will look nicer than watching a trailer on YouTube.
Yeah, and look, like I keep going back to it, but they're not trying to bait and switch people. Like they are going, this is what the game currently looks like, and it's running on the Switch. Like they could have easily ran it on a PC and make it 60 frames per second, but they're not going to hit that on the Switch. No way. So, but I like you, hope that it runs at a solid 30. If you can get a lock 30 and improve some stuff, that'd be cool.
Good luck with that.
I'll be into that. So
good luck with that, given that it was running at like 5 in some scenes.
So it's interesting for me. I actually thought the Pokémon Presents presentation out of the Direct, the State of Play, and then this one, I thought it was the best one out of the 3 that I watched.
Okay.
I don't think you guys would probably share that view.
No, I think it was good. It was a nice, short, sweet with some big hitters. So.
Yeah,
and look,
it didn't have
again,
fluff. It didn't have fluff.
It didn't. And again, I appreciate that they showed what they have, and I think they probably learned from Cyberpunk. Don't show crap that doesn't exist or that is hyperinflated, which I super appreciate. And I really, really appreciate that they're taking the Pokemon game into a different direction, like a proper, truly open world. And I know a lot of people have been asking about that. Even I myself, as someone who used to enjoy the Pokemon games back in the day, but then I felt like everything was just the same rehash of it, so I stopped playing them. Always wanted an open world Pokemon game, but from what I've seen so far, unfortunately, this is not it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, let's get into our final bit of news and power through it because I'm really keen to get into Half-Life Alyx and Portal 2. So our next piece of news, and this is